Okay, so the Jews believe they have to build this temple in order to usher in the age of the Messiah. But as I said, there is a shrine there, a Muslim shrine, the Dome of the Rock, and Muslims believe that is where Muhammad ascended into heaven. And Muhammad is their prophet, their leader, and so. You can't have a temple built there because that would create all kinds of issues for the Muslims. Now, there's many different sects within the Muslim faith, SECTS. The Shia sect has a belief about what they call the return of the Mahdi, and some Shias are much more believers of this than others, but it tends to fall under their sect. But they believe that the 12th Imam is, which I think was around 900 thereabouts, he disappeared. And they believe that he is being hidden in a well near, I want to say it's Qom. I can't pronounce it real well, but it's a city in Iran, and they believe that he is going to return and usher in the end times for the Muslims. Of course, part of the Muslim belief then is that Jews and Christians will either be converted to Islam or will die. So there's some. So when people say, "Well, why is land so important? Why would they fight over this?" Well, there's plenty of reasons why they would fight over it, but there's also, I think, if you talk about it religiously, you have to remember that for some of these religions, the land itself is connected to their belief. And even to the end time, that they need this, they need to be there, they need to bring about something there, because that is where the Messiah is going to return. Now, Christians really don't have that kind of a belief. They don't necessarily say, well, Jesus is going, they'll say, well, Jesus is going to come again, but they don't say, well, he's going to show up in Jerusalem, or he's going to show up. I mean, we don't know where he's going to show up. We don't know how that's all going to happen or how that's all going to play out. But other faiths have definite beliefs. Other monotheistic faiths have definite beliefs in that. So you can understand then why maybe, some people say, well, land is land, and, to kill people over it and fight over it. But when it's very much attached to a belief about bringing in the end time, it becomes an important thing. I'm just checking to see if there's anything else that I have here. You mentioned probably most of the things that I see that I wrote down. It was very good. Your discussions were very good on Clooney again. I like the way you kind of think outside the box and try to read things and integrate. That's really important. It certainly shows that you're thinking, and you see how it's all connected. Also read some of your comments about schools closing, things changing, things moving around, and it's very true. The church constantly changes. There's always things going on, and the main thing, I think, for us is for people who are Catholic, is that we understand that we're a universal church, and I think maybe some people have a better feel for that if they've had a connection to the diocese. They see themselves a little bit bigger than just the parish itself, but it's we're connected to something much bigger, as is most of the faiths. Okay, so I think that wraps up my two discussions. I really didn't have a whole lot to say because you guys were pretty much on the money all the way through those discussions, and I really appreciate that. Keep it up. We're going to be talking about the cathedrals next, and I know Holly's going to be chiming in on that one. I'll just possibly jump in a little bit, but cathedrals are certainly there's certainly connected to the church. And if any of you have ever gone to Rosary Cathedral downtown Toledo, you're gonna see a lot of the things that we talk about in that Holly talks about, and I'll probably jump in with just a few things about what cathedrals were used for, etc. But I think it's in your reading, so look at that carefully. Okay, keep it up. You're doing wonderful. We are getting close to the end, and we really appreciate your hard work and your insights. God bless.